KPRZ 1210 AM in San Diego. I have in office, if your headset's too loud, we just turn that little button down just to let you know. I have in office Pastor Mike McClenahan. Is that correct?
That's great.
Wow. You know, that hooked on phonics thing, it worked. Pastor Mike is going to talk to us about some of the things that are taking place at his church. And my understanding as I walked in today was everybody said, everybody loves Pastor Mike. And it's like, I don't know who Pastor Mike is. So I said, well, that's why you got to interview him. And I'm like, Brian, I don't know what you're talking about. So he said, well, I'm going to bring him in and you're going to interview him. So I'm like, okay. And so then Brian said, he's really great. I'm like, okay, can't wait till he comes in. So thank you for coming.
So how's the first impression?
I love you. It's amazing. Everybody loves Pastor Mike. Did you like that? Oh, Noah's laughing in there. I know he is. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on at your church. What's going on? Give me an intro. Like if I just met you and we're at Starbucks and you saw I had a triple latte espresso coffee magna cum laude kind of thingy. What would you? Hi. My name's Dave. Your name's Mike. What do you do, Mike? What's Skippy?
Well, I'm pastor at Solana Beach Presbyterian Church. Been there for 10 years. My wife and I and our two boys moved down from Northern California 10 years ago to be a senior pastor at Solana Beach. And we love it. We love the community. We love the people. We love the challenges of ministry. And I think one of the things I love about being a pastor is the opportunity not only to care for our own people, but to make a difference in the community. And I think that's why people say they like Mike, because we love our community. We want to make a difference. We don't want to just be a church that sort of a huddle and cuddle, of each other, but making a difference in the community. And that means a lot to us. And we put a lot of effort into building relational bridges into the community. And so when we talk today about our Many Moods concert that's coming up in first weekend of December, it's a relational bridge into the community. How can we make a tangible difference in the lives of people at Christmas time who, are looking for hope, they're lonely, looking for a real shot in the arm and a way to start the Christmas season off right.
Okay, excellent. So let's go over a couple of things. First of all, and I'm kind of a church inquiring kind of guy because my wife and we have this campaign called Help Dave Find a Church. So
I saw that. I want to be on that.
Yeah. And we have people that call and they plug their church. We love it because it's like then they're telling us about their community and people get to hear it. And sometimes people will share something about their church or something about their life at the church. And that comment turns out to be a blessing for somebody else who's hearing. And that's kind of like the whole gig. So that's what we love. So give me an idea. How big is the church that you pastor?
About 1,600 members.
That's just a lot of people,
yeah,
right?
about 1,000 people in worship on a Sunday.
Okay, so you got about 1,000 people.
Yeah.
So is the premise, and I've been involved in ministry, and I understand bits and pieces. I never understood it fully because I'm still trying to understand me fully, not even God fully, because that's way beyond. Does it center around really bringing people in a close-knit element, like just not having one big large assembly, but having the smaller cell mentality where they connect and they can really work out the Christianity part of it?
I think the large gathering is really important.
Okay.
There's things that you can do together, that you can't do alone.
Okay.
The large gathering important on Sunday morning. We have 4 different services, one in Spanish, and so I think gathering together is so important as a large community. But our whole church is based on small groups. So of the 1,000 people who worship with us on a Sunday morning, about 800 people are in small groups, and they're all sermon based. Because I think we sort of take it for granted as pastors that people actually get what we're talking about by listening one time without talking about it, without discussing it, without asking questions. So we spread out in people's homes all over the community to take the passage of Scripture, to take the concept and to go deeper together with each other. And then I think we can actually live out what the New Testament talks about, actually knowing each other, loving each other, praying for one another, caring for one another. And church is less transactional. Like, rather than just I go to church, we are the church.
Okay. All right. First of all, that is just, I love what you said. And one of the reasons my wife and I have talked about this several times. There are 4 Gospels. Why? Because you have to hear it 3 more times. I mean, it's just you can't just hear it once. You need to hear it and hear it and hear it. So that's just terrific. No wonder people like you. I mean, that's just pretty solid. And so you're really community reached. You're really reaching out to the community, ministering to people that are within, ministering to the people that are without. What's the website, first of all, for your church? We're going to get into your concert, but what's the website?
Yes, www.solanapress.org. SOLANAPRES.org.
Okay, so it's press as in P-R-E-S, not press as in, the nasty people that say nasty things about nasty Christians.
Press
Okay.
is short for Presbyterian.
Okay, I'm just checking. All right, Pastor Mike, talk to me about the many moods of what is this? What's
Many
the
Moods of Christmas. For 16 years, we've been inviting the community into our sanctuary to hear amazing music. So our chancel choir that has about 80 voices joins with 80 amazing musicians from San Diego. The best musicians in San Diego form an orchestra.
Wow.
And some soloists. It's an amazing, amazing evening. And so the whole weekend is devoted to those.
When is it? When does it take place?
December 1st and 2nd. These are open to the community, open to the public, Saturday evening, Sunday evening.
Is there a fee attached to it?
Yeah, $15 and $20.
Okay,
for
15
tickets.
and 20. What's the difference between 15 and 20? I mean,
Great seats, not so great seats.
Okay.
No, good, the best seats.
no, that was an honest
And-
answer. I like that.
well,
No, look at it behind the dugout. You're up in the nosebleed. I mean,
Yeah,
what is it?
$15 and $20 just to help us pay for the expense of a beautiful evening.
How do you? I mean, you have 80 musicians and
Yeah.
80 singers. How did you come up with that ratio? What
You know
happened?
what? We just get the best musicians and all the people who want to sing, and it just sort of works out that way.
That is awesome.
And
Okay.
the choir is our people. This is our choir that sings every Sunday at our 10:30 sanctuary service, and they love to do it. They don't get paid. This is just their gift.